Morning Warrior, Shai here from Self Solutions, where I take a moment every week to outline some of the key struggles of our client community and maybe provide a couple of recommendations for those of you that are facing a similar challenge in your businesses. Now, today I want to focus on the number one reason your business is having trouble scaling. And that might be in a market where you're trying to meet demand, or you might even be in a more mature industry that is more competitive, but you are trying to unlock economies of scale. Okay, so let's get into it. One of the key complaints that I keep hearing from business execs, from MDs, managers up and down the org chart and across all industries, is that they have trouble with their business processes because, well, let me say, I am a business processaholic. I love these things. I think it gives you an understanding of having a bit of peace of mind, but also an understanding of why businesses work the way that they do. Um, Sometimes business processes are so trustable that employees tend to switch their mind off because they trust in it too much. And so they just continue to execute without really thinking about it. Um, Pretty much every client that I've ever met, there's been at least one employee when I've asked, why do we do it this way? What's the value of this particular business process? They'll say, well, Shai, we've always done it this way. We continue to do it this way. And the problem is in that. That's the key of why business processes tend to fail. So, 3 recommendations to not get you into that point. Number 1, get your processes down. Get them on paper. Make them accessible. Make them overly accessible, a little bit too accessible. Get your business processes to stalk your employees. You don't want them to have to put in a username and password. You don't want them to have to walk across the room. You want them accessible to them as soon as they need to execute a business process. Get it down, make it accessible. Recommendation number 2, when you're onboarding people for new recruits, or you are refreshing them on business processes, or it's a brand new business process that you're training people on, ask them to be mindful of what they're doing. Ask them to think about what they're doing and why they're doing it. And the reason for that is because the culture within an organization changes, right? People are changing, the culture changes, the skill sets are changing, the technology is changing, everything is evolving. And so why shouldn't your business processes evolve with them? The whole point of having a business process is so that you've got a manager who can go ahead and do other things that are a little bit more high value, and leave the employee to execute a business process in a particular manner. But what you want is for that business process to be evolving in a more mindful and rational way. And so when you ask employees to think about what they're doing, that's what they do. They start evolving it in a more rational way. Which lends us to recommendation number 3, which is then to take that evolution and basically review your business processes. What you want is for no one in your organization ever from this day forth to say, we've always done it that way. It just doesn't make any sense where everything is changing and you've got a business process that stays stagnant. So review quarterly. If you have lots and lots of business processes, I mean like thousands, then maybe biannually. But review quarterly. Every process, every department, every business unit, every employee should be reviewing these things quarterly. And try to build in this review, this evolution process into the process of managing your processes. I know there's a little bit of meta happening there, but if you can build in the evolution, then you don't have to worry about it. And what will happen is you can be at peace knowing that your business processes are at any one time the most slickest, the most efficient that they can possibly be. And the reason you want your most slickest, most efficient business processes is that it then allows you, and this is kind of a bonus recommendation, is to then leverage technology and support your business process with technology. Technology does not fix problems. Technology just makes solutions better. Okay, so if you've got a business process that's broken, tech's not going to fix it. What you want is a business process to be so slick, it has to be so efficient that humans can't make them any better. And so what you need to do now is you bring automation, you big technology, you bring digital in to really take that human element out a little bit and start scaling ridiculously. Start scaling to the point where you're meeting demand in 18 months' time rather than today. Start scaling so you're unlocking economies so you can drive your costs lower and lower and beat the competition. Okay? So there's your 3 tips plus a little bonus recommendation there. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If any of this sort of stuff has resonated with you, please hit the like at the bottom there so I get a feel for the sort of content that you guys like and I can curate my content to do that. If you have a specific question, please just leave a message or a comment at the bottom. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Apart from that, guys, I'm Shai. I'm from Soft Solutions. I do this every week. So I hope to see you next week. Until then, good luck, be focused, and be well.